Welcome to the Aish Ventures, where stories come alive. Today's adventure is called The Ant and the Grasshopper. Work today, rest tomorrow. Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow, lived a cheerful grasshopper who loved to sing all day long. Nearby, a group of hard-working ants spent their days gathering food and storing it deep inside their anthill. The grasshopper hopped around happily, playing his fiddle and singing to the breeze. He laughed and called out to the ants, "Why are you working so hard on such a beautiful day? Come sing with me." An ant, carrying a heavy grain of rice, stopped and said patiently, "We are storing food for the winter. You should do the same." The grasshopper waved his hand and replied, "Winter is far away. There's plenty of food everywhere." The ants shook their heads and continued their work silently. Day after day, the ants collected seeds, grains, and leaves, while the grasshopper sang, danced, and rested under the sun. He often teased them, saying, "You ants are missing all the fun in life. Work today, rest tomorrow. You'll understand when winter comes." The grasshopper chuckled and played his fiddle even louder. Summer passed, and soon the sky turned gray as cold winds swept across the meadow. The leaves fell, and the once green fields turned brown and bare. "It's getting colder every day." He hopped around looking for food, but found nothing anywhere. The trees were empty, and the ground was frozen hard. He remembered the ants and said regretfully, "Maybe I should have worked like them." Hungry and cold, he followed the trail of ants to their anthill. He knocked gently on the tiny door and called out weakly, "Dear ants, may I please have some food and warmth?" Inside, the ants were sitting comfortably, sharing food and staying warm. One ant recognized the voice and said kindly, "Ah, our singing friend! What brings you here in this cold?" The grasshopper bowed his head and said honestly, "I spent the summer singing and forgot to prepare for winter. Now I am hungry and freezing." The ants looked at one another and whispered softly. Then their leader came forward and said gently, "You are welcome to stay with us for now, but remember this lesson well." The grasshopper nodded gratefully and said, "I have learned. From now on, I will work first and sing later." The ants gave him some warm grains and a cozy place near their fire pit. The grasshopper thanked them again and whispered, "You ants are wise and kind. I will not waste my time again." The rest of the winter, he helped the ants gather twigs, clean tunnels, and sing cheerful songs after work. When spring returned, the meadow was filled with flowers again. The ants marched out to collect food, and this time the grasshopper joined them. He said cheerfully to a young ant, "Work first, then music. That's the secret to happiness." The young ant smiled and said, You've learned well, my friend. Together, they worked through the warm days and sang together in the evenings. No one teased anyone anymore. They had found balance between work and joy. The meadow echoed with laughter, music, and the rustle of busy ants. The grasshopper became the meadow's favorite musician and teacher of hard work. Every time a young insect complained about work, he would smile and say, "Work today, rest tomorrow." The ants nodded proudly, knowing their friend had changed for the better. The meadow thrived again, full of life, music, and wisdom. Moral: hard work brings comfort, and preparation today ensures happiness tomorrow. Did this story spark an idea for you? We'd love to hear it. Send us the name and details of a character or any creative ideas you have for our next adventure. Your imagination could be a part of our next story. Email thetheaishventures@gmail.com and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any adventure in future.